Always tight contest, the two development sides suggested here this would be no different in the first half. An early penalty executed by James West for the RAF gave them the lead. With the Army levelling things off just before the break, Tom O'Rourke kicking a penalty for them. Nothing suggested the open contest that was about to unfold after the interval. First, the RAF regained the lead, a fine surge into the 22 from Ross McDougall, and fullback Scott Winnell was on the end to score. The Army then replied immediately, the RAF failing to stop exciting winger Frank Boginisoko from diving into the corner. But the RAF responded with two more tries. An interception from James West stopped in its tracks, but the RAF made full use of the space they had, skipper Jack Hayward-Thompson feeding Nick Slaney to make it 13-8. And the Light Blues then gave themselves a real chance of taking the game when the exciting fullback Winnell charged through the Army defence, his momentum eventually carrying him to the line for a third try and 18-8. The Army then took control and they worked their way well for a try to bring them back into the contest from hooker Alex Ross, 18-13. And they kept up the pressure on their hosts, this time working an opening on the right. A super pass from Dan Coombs freed fullback Marcus Mercer, who gratefully accepted the opportunity. The Army had the better of the chances to win the game, but credit to the RAF defence for holding strong to keep them out, and they could have snatched it right at the end. But an 18-all draw, about the right result.
Yeah, I can't fault the boys' effort. They've put it in, dug really deep in the second half. Can't fault the RAF have put up a big fight. They've come a long way since we played them in the last 2 years, and on their home ground, can't fault them. Had an awesome game against them, and can't fault them all.
Knew the Army were going to come down and be a physical game. I think our defensively, we pride ourselves in it. I think we managed to match them. But end of the day, really well played. I think the back three for the Army had an outstanding game. But onwards and upwards next week, play against the Navy and get the win.
A draw will be enough for the Royal Navy to retain the Under-23 title when they meet the RAF next week, with the Army having only 1 point to show for their campaign. But there's very little between the three Forces Development rugby teams this season. John Knighton, Forces News, RAF Halton.